But I want you to take you back. If we live about that, we, the Luo, have walked very steadfast with the Kikuyu many a times. But you must allow me to tell you what has happened in those many times.
Tell us so that people can know. Tell us.
In 1963, when Kenya was about to get independence, the colonial government asked Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, the father of Raila Odinga, to become the Kenyan leader, to become the president, now that they have decided to grant the presidency to Africans. What did Jaramogi do? Jaramogi told them, I cannot become the president of Kenya while our leader, Jomo Kenyatta, is in jail. In his wit, very well-known wit, Jaramogi wanted to use this opportunity to negotiate, to blackmail the white man to release Kenyatta. And he did not only want to release him only, he also wanted to sacrifice the presidency, if that is what could make Kenyatta be released from jail. And then he told them, you release him and make him our president is our leader. That magnanimity is not found in anyone, not even Raila Odinga himself. But in 1966, they held the first Limuru conference, convened by Kenyatta himself, to block Jaramogi Oginga Odinga just to be the vice president of Kenyatta, not to take over from him, just to be the vice president. And what do? They create other positions of vice presidents, 8 of them, each representing a province. So Jaramogi Oginga Odinga was now going to be reduced to a Nyanza vice president. So he resigned. So the very Kenyatta that Jaramogi removed from jail and then made a president is the same one who is ensuring that Jaramogi loses the little power of the vice presidency he had earned by his actions. Fast forward, Moi becomes the president by act of the then constitution that demanded that when you are a vice president, you take over the presidency for at least an interim period of 90 days when your boss dies. So Moi becomes the president. And as you know, that time in Kenya, the constitution was very strong. Moi entrenches himself as the president and continues to govern the country going forward. And he became the president until 1978. But before that, they had held a meeting.
Who?
The Kikuyu community in Limuru, to ensure that the constitution was changed so that Moi does not become the president in the event that Kenyatta died. We cannot have a people who believe it is only them who can govern the country of Kenya and not others. I know people want to say, oh, you are being tribal, you are tribal. Let us say the truth so that we correct things, so that we are set free. Moi remained the president until 1992.
But people will say they supported William Ruto Mwalimu as we are moving forward, who is the current president. They knew that he's not a Kikuyu. How are you saying that they don't one of them?
But for the benefit of those watching, let me answer that before I go back.
Okay. And also
when they were supporting President William Ruto to be the president of the Republic of Kenya, it is not lost on us that Uhuru had betrayed him. Because when President William Ruto was making Uhuru the president by joining his supporters' vote and Uhuru's vote to make Uhuru the president, Uhuru promised publicly, yangu 10 ya Ruto 10. And when it reached the time for Ruto to begin campaigning for his 10, Uhuru bolted away and told Ruto that anatangatanga round Kenya akitafuta nini. That 10 ndio alikuwa akitafuta. Na hiyo 10, Uhuru had decided it's not giving him. Not because Uhuru had suddenly decided that he needs to support Raila Odinga and Luo. No. Because Uhuru wanted to remain in power through the back door of creating a position of a prime minister through the BBI. So that when Raila Odinga becomes the president, the powers will have been removed using the BBI to the prime minister. So that Uhuru as a prime minister now forms the government, something that should have been done by the president, because they could not, according to the 1969 oath, fail to be the leader of government, because they know what being the leader of the government entails. But Ruto, being who he is, the charismatic man who fought like Koitalel Arap Samoei, won the battle of BBI and it was blocked. And Uhuru quickly realized that he was not going to be the prime minister, even if Raila won, and Uhuru literally stopped supporting Raila for the presidency. He was now meeting him in the evening and they drink together what now I hear him saying the other day is Uji. So even I saw him going back to Bondo to stay there for a long time as if to tell the world that he was the greatest friend of Raila. He wasn't.
Uhuru Kenyatta?
He wasn't the greatest friend of Raila. He just wanted to use Raila to block Ruto, and when Raila takes the presidency, because Raila wouldn't mind taking the presidency without powers because he had looked for it for so long.